society they make headline. And the issue them, can sinap now we aid, even for clear them, can skanga.
In Sierra Leone, a new drug is turning young people into zombies.
So it's important for broke down the issue today, for let the public understand.
Now that's make we bring come to you the Today Show. We get segments where they range from interviews on the big issues.
Sierra Leone authorities said Monday that 20 people were killed and nearly 2,000 prisoners escaped during Sunday's attack on the capital.
To sport.
What a fairy tale story here. There they are, the champions of Africa.
And entertainment and simple tourism with plenty other issues.
Get ready for the roller coaster ride. So we day-to-day story them as we dive deep into the heart of the matter.
Every weekday on Slick Television.
If there's one thing I'm being grateful for, not the fact say I came into this world as a woman, and I hope say even in my next life I will come again as a woman. And as I age, I get to understand the song sung by Shaggy, I Wonder If God Now Woman. Well, that's all for take welcome you to today's show here on Slick Television, channel 37. You can also join us on Facebook at Slick TV, website at slicktv.com, and follow us on all social media handles. I am Rabiat Mansai. I know when I started off there talking about woman business, one go tend for the wonder, why did you start this way? But let's just quickly take you through the quote and we can talk about this proper. And our quote for today say, fairness in inheritance is not just a legal right, it's a moral duty across all faiths. Let's honor women's equal share because justice in inheritance builds stronger families and a more equitable world. And I know so why they talk about woman business. When I started there, people were wondering. Inside we show today, there we talk about between laws and practice, which is unfair to Muslim women in inheritance. Stay tuned for more after the break.
Man them. This na boys. Usaiman and they put all thing at table from Pantap to good inside boys. We know they hide behind with shadow at all. We real and this them now all but we.
Every woman first, let me start that, always they look for a successful man. So likewise, majority of the men also they look for a successful woman.
We can't talk about we hustle and we dey fair money.
When you like somebody, you first of all get for take care of whatever you like. Make them a priority.
We relationship and waiting people they expect from we man them.
You know, women are more emotional than men. If you start them, where you enjoy them, you go they come.
This not a side where we just they can't talk. This na brotherhood. Na side for let you see and feel what they really mean for me boy picky.
Sex is intimacy.
This na boys. So come na the bar, grab a chair, buy a drink, let we talk, chill and vibe. Cause this na boys. We side where they shake the table.
Are you a lady going through issues in a relationship? You dey chop breakfast, you dey see pepper, my sister, you don't know who to talk to. Well, welcome to Girls Talk. Here on Girls Talk, we discuss everything that has to do with ladies and their relationship. Also, we get for the play entertaining and exciting games them. Not forget the gist part. Of course, Time Maggie get for the take place now. Always watch Girls Talk right here on Slick TV, channel 37. Get 'em nice.
to important issue them, where they affect Salon and the world. The Epic Morning Show, they set the agenda for the day by way for look inside social, economic and political environment, and self bring interesting topic them when need critical answer and solution them. We they bring the issue them come to UNU with just one agenda, when for serve the people with all the answer where they need. Tune in to the Epic Morning Show every Monday to Friday, 7:30 to 10 o'clock in the morning on Epic Radio 99.3 FM, as we bring in Master Sabi people for come discuss all the important issue them where they happen in the country. You can watch we live now with Facebook page when at Epic Radio 99.3 FM and surf on Slick TV channel 37. Epic Morning Show with a serve on no Ottawa.
Welcome back. We live in waiting we refer to as silence majority. I mean, most of us don't find ourselves in a situation who saying we know the voice certain things where they happen to we. Not because one go say no one for voice maybe you don't know how to go about them or you don't get proper understanding about them. That is why inside with today's show today we want to understand who say woman in right tap we can to the laws and the practice in Islam. In a post dated 30th May from Mohammed Conte, he actually talk about sharing an experience we get with a particular Muslim person. We explain to we waiting face after the death of a husband. And he said, in fact, not only tap to Nasit, it cut across other institutions them, especially in a case Usai Uman tend not for actually change in surname where he married. That can make one go say waiting a benefit or waiting particularly for being right. You know they get them and thus call on bodies them. So that is why I started off with silence majority. This has been something where most women want for voice, but they don't know how to go about them. Or they don't know waiting for do for ensure so they get the right answer we didn't get. So that is why in our show today, we actually they ask the law and the practice who's one particular unfair to Muslim women there, especially we get for do with inheritance. And thus inside the show we get Mohammed Bangali, Head of Public Affairs, Nasit, and Dr. Ibrahim S. Kamara, Chief Imam, Jajul Jalil Thimi Mox, Central Jamaat. Good afternoon, gentlemen. Welcome to the Today Show.
Good afternoon.
So, Sheikh, sorry if I don't call the mocks the right way. Please pardon me for that name. But let's just quickly start with you, Mohammed Bangali. Those claims or these who don't read, so this post who don't see, so, I mean, is it really true?
No.
Please confirm that for us.
No, it can't be true.
All right. You should know too. All right.
We know they segregate in benefit payments based on religion or practice. We now process and procedures who we they implement as described by the law from NASIT.
All right. Okay, so in that regard, quickly, within the law sale, we join Martina Ibenda, we are the administrator and registrar general. Later, we waiting the law says in that regard.
We they administer civil marriage, which is where Boku people know about Roxy buildings saying a civil marriage, but not to civil marriage no more. So we there for register land documents then, we there for register intellectual property, estates and gratuities. This office gets the mandate for conduct civil weddings. And the law where governs civil weddings is Cap 97 of the laws of Sierra Leone. So this lawyer, so they give this office, that the office of the administrator and registrar general, for conduct civil weddings as per the law and provide. So we get the head of marriage where they conduct all the necessaries for lead up to the day of the wedding. So they come, you count your certificate, you bring out other documents, then where a request for you bring come. So if you meet all the criteria, then the office, they give you dates for that wedding, which is within 2 months as per law. So Cap 97, they allow you 2 months, you come, you can't conduct your wedding. So we only they conduct this wedding inside this office. So we get an office space downstairs at the second floor. Outside we get it's a nice place. Outside we conduct the weddings, and the weddings they conducted by with the registrars them. So probably when I go down see maybe Mr. Johnson or maybe Madam Yama or even myself, they conduct the weddings then. So now inside the office they will conduct the weddings and automatic registration. As soon as you don't wed, we they sign, witnesses and they sign, the bride and the groom they sign according to law. So civil weddings is different from church wedding. So we not the law we they preach. We are not preaching the Bible. So they preach waiting the law say it's a one man, one woman marriage. Not a marriage where now one man or two wives or one woman or two husbands. No, it's a one man, one woman marriage. When you don't wed, automatically we they give you the certificate. And you get rights for can register that certificate. Then they make your marriage valid. When you register them, with the store them, now we register, and you can request for them anytime. We're able for producer, whether not to embassies, whether you want for do any other thing with that certificate. So Cap 97, 9 are the law we govern civil marriage. Yeah, so now the unique nature of the law than it. The law they make provision for everybody, whether you're Muslim, whether you're Christian, whether not civil weddings. So for Muhammadan marriage or Muslim marriage, the law will govern are Cap 96 of the laws of Sierra Leone. Cap 97, 90 for civil, whilst Cap 96 they for Muhammadan. So if they take this procedure, usually then they come and buy the certificates because you want to register your wedding anytime you married. You want to let people know say yes, my marriage valid. So the imams then they apply for a wedding certificate. So the office which is paid for. So then they pay. Then we get all the procedures for pay. Then they pay for their certificates and we print them, we sell and give them. Then after, within 7 days of that Muhammadan marriage, you're supposed to can register them. If you not register them within 7 days, then you get an option where you go register them out of court. So out of court application will only be done by lawyers. So if you know say you don't contract Muhammadan marriage, then within that 7 days day, maybe you imam not know, or maybe you self the bride and the groom, when I don't know or your family don't know. Within that 7 days day, if you not register them, just go contact a lawyer. They go do application for you in a court, then the court go grant we that right day for law register them out of marriage. So everybody catered for, whether a Muslim, whether a Christian, civil weddings, we are catered for by law. Cap 96 Muhammadan and Cap 97 civil weddings. First of all, the marriage get for be held in a place of worship. That's the first thing. You get for do at a mosque, and you get for be presided over by an imam or a religious person. So that is one key criteria. You get for be a Muslim person and for administer the marriage rights. Then after that, within 7 days, ensure say you register the marriage. Then we know say Muslim and get 1 or 2 wives. Sometimes they want for remarry. So this office they accept their certificates and they. So what thing that they do, when you come for can register and you they attach the certificate of the first marriage. That's the first wife in certificate. You they attach them, then you inform this office say yes, I am a Muslim, I am Muhammadan, I don't decide for married another wife, but I attach my first wife in certificate to this new wife in certificate. So then the office they accept her and we register and put her on the registry. Well, now make we they advise people and for always come take marriage certificates. So some of them issues and they sometimes pass you get for go to court. Let the court instruct we for issue out a marriage certificate to you and register that certificate at the office of the administrator. So we they advise the imams them, the religious people for always come and apply for the marriage certificate. So we go give them the rights for can register them.
Data be Matinda Ibenda, we are the administrator and registrar general at Roxy building. And I'm back to my guest inside the studio. Mohammed Bangali don't state and clear say it is no for them. But quickly, Sheikh, from the poster also it one controversy will tend to happen. Now that they say Islam say XYZ side, for take you man in surname actually when I don't married. Quickly, you will just confirm that day for we, if that is the case.
Alhamdulillah, chapter 33, verse 5. You make it quite clear, say, the woman not for take a man in surname. If for maintain in papa in name, so that he need to deprive in genealogy. What happened for that situation there is colonialism and also cultural conservatism. And then 2 years, where they make the woman as if that the property of the man and they bring the one day. But chapter 33, verse 5, Allah say, like just adopted children, you don't adopt a child and change his own name. It's stealing. That amount of stealing is depriving. Suppose the person lost in papa. Suppose one person born all a girl picking there. That means nobody will know the would have born that papa day. They're not able to trace in genealogy, that logic. Suppose a woman married is destined to marry 3 man day. A man die, or he get accidents, or anything happen. Again, for life is like that, trial and error. Then what happens? It automatically, if you don't change your name, in a be jail of us for the first man. Now this is a Bangura, this is Naturi. Then automatically, if I say confusion don't come in the issue of surname. So Allah say maintain ud'uhum li abaihim zalika aqsatu indallah. Call them by their paternal parents. He said that is justice in the sight of Allah. If you don't know their background, now una brothers.
But quickly, Mohammed Bangali, from this post, we draw reference there because now we see, you understand, we actually want for also get it straight. Is it that because I not change me papa and surname, for example, I not get rights for inherit me husband in property?
Well, to Nasit, we not pay benefits in relation to religion or whether Muslim or Christian. We benefit payments defined in the Nasit Act, where it tells we are responsible for get A, B, or C when a member die. That is why it begins with your registration. When you sit also as a woman or me as a man, what they fill Nasit's form, at the back of the form, I required for state the name of the people and for let them give me benefits in the event of my death. Yeah. So in the first place, the money not Nasit get them. And the while they work, we register where they pay for them get money. The benefits intention. And for let you retire, we pay you benefits. But in the event you not reach that age, you die. You get people who depend on you. When their livelihood on you depend. Yeah, you say, in the event of my death, let them people here give me benefits. So you, the member, get the authority for state who down for pay benefits. So one, the law say you can give you wife them, or you man, or picking them. What we call dependents.
Okay.
So we a dependent, now somebody will depend on you. Where in livelihood depend on you. Where if you die now or I die now, it is suffer. That is why me now a dependent of my wife. If my wife they work, a join assets, it get the rights, the choice for put me. I use the word choice because we know they force them.
Okay.
Now in money, now they work for them, then they work for them. Similarly, me self the work. I get me wife. Yeah, I get the right, I give the choice for put them as a dependent. Then after that, me picking them or whoever will depend on me. Now you name where they carry, no get nothing for do with your benefit process.
Okay.
What's in now with consideration that name they own, we record them. Now when the man be they fill the form or the woman be they fill the form, it puts your name. Now, whose side discrepancy can arise? Now inconsistency in the information. So we don't want to know, for instance, me na Mohammed Bangali. I married my wife, a kind of papa named Princess Jomo. Yeah? If I fill the Nasit form, I put on the form say Princess Bangali as my spouse.
They wake out
I die. Princess can't claim benefits. When they claim benefits, to put Princess Jomo. That is where discrepancy is.
So now, but the name business, this whole issue here, so they
because
of the inconsistency.
I don't give the example.
Okay.
Yeah. If I go for it on, I give you this phone. I start to go. I say me wife, my name Princess Bangali. We can get on the phone. Then Princess Kai is in a name Princess Jomo. You get on the phone.
Okay, you know when you bring this up.
You get on the phone. I give you this phone for give Princess Bengali. You don't know if I'm your wife or not, I'm your in the first place. Then I go. Then Princess Kai say, what is your name, my sister? I'm named Princess Jomo. What you go tell her? I said, my sister, we get this phone. Oh, this man be left for the person. But what this name here is show. So Princess we can claim the phone or the benefits. It get the obligation for proof say now in that person where I been left the phone for. One, evidence of marriage if you say I'm wife. Two, for proof say in Princess Jomo now in that same as Princess Bengali we have been put on my form. You will ask for maybe an affidavit from the law or a deed pool for sure say these two names belong to the same person. Then we proceed to the next stage in the application. But if I left this phone and say, now Princess Bengali for can't get this phone, then you can say, where I get the phone? Where I forget the phone? Say, my name is Princess Bengali. Case closed. What you go prove to you? What you go show say na Princess Bengali? If you get ID card, you put your ID card, you see your name, you dey get on the phone. So most of the issues where they happen in that situation where I say because me man not put me name or me right name or not change me name, it's not true. NACI not they pay benefits based on religion or cultural practice.
Okay.
NACI they pay benefits based on the information where we get in data. And that information, now you remember before you die. Now you feel it.
Okay, let's just only day quick. You can't take we through, the steps them person they go through. Okay. But now to check, I think this whole thing gets to do with out the information or the 10 for match. For example, you can show you ID card, then waiting and see there in the face also the same like mismatch identity. Most times, most of us we don't fall victim. We say, all we to care for now, how for them, men can call me Mrs. Jobana, for example. So we don't think as a religion, much education not doing it because from waiting material they say, in fact they go now something for sign. Wait for sure saying we don't see the changes how the marriages don't they go now. Before now we go see man just can't see on a pala or but now at least they get document that we they sign. So is it that much education and not be done it for just for tell people and say or Muslim people and say because of XYZ isn't you're not supposed for change your name more on so or generally la put it this way, is it actually a sinful act if somebody decide for actually say la change my name to Mrs. Jogbana for example?
Well, I'll just come in. I'm not an imam for 45 years. I've been here for 45 years. I'm the acting dean of the Faculty of Education at the university. We get similar problems at the university. People come in with contrary names. Saying a room for suspicion. For accept, if you get two different results, different names, also the same thing can happen. Now, let me come inside here. The issue, you get to understand for say, Africa is a tripartite society. You get the colonial masters, where they bring their colonial mentality. Where they come, they can't change. They adopt, change some of who picking their names them. They call the different names them, either for going to school here and there, which is also a criminal act. They also get the culture of the people, the way they. If you read the book General Achebe in book where they call no longer this, you go see the man they tell you, I'm a Christian, but I will not leave my culture. It's there. And you get to understand Islam is a unique religion itself. So then 3 tier, it affects the African. Many times Islam is blamed for the culture. And 1,400 years ago, Islam emphasized on the issue, documents and witness. The longest verse in the Quran is about documentation. Anything we get for do with the future, it says, فَلْيَكْتُبْ وَلْيَشْهَدْ. Write it and document it, witness it. But in Africa, in a community, we take them here for granted about documentation. We take married with confidence, we go there for just join family and family together. But God, we don't know for say, man is unpredictable. Even in business transaction, to the extent they tell you, say, he say witness for day, even tell you how many witnesses for day. Even if there's no witness, what do you do? This way you can collateral security. Now Quran is starter. Europe got a lot of a message from the Quran. So what I'm trying to say is that it's now people are getting aware about this. Honestly, like beaucoup awareness they come now. That's why we need one as the media for clarify a lot of these cobwebs. Just as them colonial masters, we didn't put them bandits here. You see, they put them bandits there, they were not there. So you don't cause a problem between we today. But give for remove that one day. So give for understand for say, the Africa and the Sierra Leonean is governed by their culture here. We give for handle with care. That's why I give for understand with people them. So we need of education around the kind says in chapter 33 verse 5, Allah tell the prophet, call the picking them, whether boy picking or girl picking by him papa. Because every child carries the blood of his father.
Okay, but shall we come back this way quickly? Yes. So if one go say, because I'm papa and son of again, why not also papa and property for inherit? Why the husband they own?
If he...
Like you say, the Quran say, if you call picking by him papa. So one go say, why not him papa and property for inherit instead of a husband they own?
No, the Quran will go back pastor to Nisai. If we can go clear, he say man then boy picking there. They get a right over them papa, them property, them mama, them property. They also get right even to the closest relation. God picking their back. This is not chapter 4 verse 7. That's why I'm giving you. So you know for it's not a sentimental issue.
Okay.
We don't speak on sentiment. We give you the reference and you go. The Quran is there to justify. You see, Rijalu Nasibu Mima Tarakal Walidan. You say boy picking them or man there get a right over what did their papa left. Now, so all the family, well in inside and also women, they also get a share. But what did their papa left in their close relationship? This, whether it's small or big, is in a paupa, mafruda, is in a law. We are in no good in that divine law. Anybody will eat orphan in property, whether girl picking or boy picking. The Quran is the only scripture we see, you know, it's not a Bible, pass the fire. He finished you complete all the worship of the worship God is veiled because you have deprived the right of the girl picking over a share, either from him papa, either from him mama, or the right of the boy picking by the right in papa, in mama, or in closest relationship. Because these are the key people that wait for inherited property. As long as the uncle no get rights, the auntie no get rights, nobody get rights.
But Sheikh, you go agree with me this other one quickly. Say, because what Martina be the talk is say, if for example, as long as you provide certificates, it's fine, eh? But you go agree with me, say you get some certain set of people, and because they know the law says they're entitled for married 4 wives, then they go grab secretly, it go do what for do without all the other legal thing. They will not sit in return than they need, in fact.
Of course, you know, man, Islam, you know, get not to hide. Anything we hide, not to Islam. Anything we hide, not to Islam.
Anything we hide, not to Islam.
Thank you.
Okay.
That's why it is plain. It has to be announced. There must be a witness. When they decide, the woman will give herself inside marriage. Because Islam wants to secure. One scholar say, he say, men of today are like bees. When they see a flower, they hum around it like a bee. No sooner they suck the nectar, and the flower don't become white, it jump to another one. So Islam secure woman. That's why the only scripture that has a whole chapter called chapter women is the Quran. Go just look chapter women, chapter 4. You will cry about all the tears with the time for top also. So therefore, now for that, not to choose for hide. That two ways sincere, and I think we're unpredictable, the human nature. So now for that Islam secure woman. The two people them, therefore agree for themselves, and dowry for the woman for saying and have respect to the extent that even if you say okay tomorrow, but that will for be given, and no imposition. Only until the system of family imposing is not part of Islam.
So that's outside certificates not there at all. Islam not sabi than they, or not the law on side and they.
No, what happened? Islam not really too rigid about issue of formality.
But now this formality,
that's what I'm I'll tell you. Islam, he expects on general circumstances, he expects we for just be human. But he also tell you for say human being is unpredictable. Now for it, tell you say for the kutub, document it and witness it. So that's why we need this kind of universal education, comprehensive education about documentation, not take anything we get for do tomorrow for granted.
All right, now to you, Bangali, quickly. I really want to take you through the steps, but wait, check with the talk. I pick up 1 or 2 things, so I'll just want to clarify for you. In a case, Usai, for example, then can make me the second wife, and well, no certificates, no day, and God forbid the man gets accident, he died just after me married, or you know, there's no formal anything for proof say marry me, but the cash check say Islam say you get for call people, you get for pay for the woman in bride price. How I can deal with then kind of a situation in there firstly?
So for we in the first place, we don't get first wife or second wife. Now we document.
Okay.
We get spouse. It could be if you get one, you get 10 wife. now you business standing. The law say when a member die, the spouse get 40 or spouses get 40%.
Okay.
The dependent children get 60%. So if I'm married, put princess and some other person as a second wife, the last no one for know who's second wife. Only that I for indicate princess the woman why not add to princess in name on me form. Yeah. So for we now you the member now you create the situation. You for include the name on the nurse's form. That's why we get room for updates. This form we fill, SS1A form, on a membership form, we'll get the supplement we call SS1C. Where in the event of a change of your circumstance, you can fill the update form for update. Say, me, Mohammed, be married, I get 1 wife, now I don't get 2 wife. You will add that your new wife to the form will be done fill. Yeah. But the key part of the question is if it's not documented. Yeah.
That's exactly what I want
yes.
to get.
Even here's the situation. Even if that woman they can claim benefits, if you don't get evidence of marriage, how go prove that your wife not the wife?
So when we talk about evidence, just evidence, I mean pictorial evidence will suffice.
Picture where they create now WhatsApp.
We just want
so the only evidence of marriage will require a marriage certificate. And it's so easy to forget this day by even law. Even check now, I go tell you, say when they married you in a mosque, that they use certificates. Yeah, the mosque the issue marriage certificates. They married you na church, the church the issue marriage certificates. The registrar general talk na message say when they register you na mosque, you could take 7 days. Within 7 days, you're gonna register general department that they use certificates. City council, district councils, they all they give certificates. So if I'm married, the woman even at Taikola, I go Taikola, I work I go now city council. I say I want certificates. The man and the woman they and the parent and they consent. They get certificates. So for we, the only evidence of marriage na certificates.
A certificate.
Yeah. So we there is no certificate, then that will make that I think it cause the delay at times. Now we get now for probe into this application. For proof indeed say this person and this man be married before he died.
Okay, another clarification quickly, Bangali. In a case you say one certificates no day and pikin no day, but this person asks you in question, we do all necessary things then when a seat be required, get him money, we una the watch for him. In a case you say all of these things are not available quickly, I mean what in a seat can do?
If you apply pikin. Okay, what do you mean?
No, say natural cause don't can the person no day again. There have been no evidence so far. All the rest speaking no day, wife no day, no legal documentation. I mean, what's in the come next?
Benefits can be only be processed when there's an application. We not get only to say as them for left here and no say that man will be the okay, I don't die. So benefits, we will ignite a process, na notification. Somebody here for come to with an office say. Nasit, Mr. A don't retire. Nasit, Mr. B don't get accident in work again. Nasit, Mr. C don't die. So we can't claim the benefits. So notification for a contingency, say this don't happen, neither ignites a benefit process. We not get the mechanism for left our office for no say that teacher where they kailang don't die. So once there is no application, we can't process with the wait. Even if it takes 200 years, the day the application can in question, yeah, they process the form them, they feel we will pay in benefit to all your areas where we don't get from the till the person die. Say this man died December 2010. Now 2025 they can do the application. As long as everything don't go through, will they pay the dependent as if from 2010 where the man be don't die, it be don't apply. So they pay all with the backlog with the areas. So for we. What is the ignite an application? Now notification. Now post get for kind of office can report the death.
All right.
Or something or any other of the contingencies.
Let's just holiday quickly. Then he say the woman within a house now in get all the rights. Now let's quickly join the head of marriage now Roxy building. We could take you through the processes of marriage when a Siminthy Samora. Oh God.
Naya, we dey do civil marriage. Then we na custodian for Muslim, Christian marriages them. Of course, the civil marriage we dey do Naya, you know, say now we the conductor in collaboration with lawyers them. And down there in criteria then they before ever you reach to that point, they for let them do the marriage. Criteria then they will surround that way you go fulfill before they accept you. As for the Christian and the Muslim married, now then they come with the certificate after when they don't buy them to be, they will fill them out, fulfill all the criteria then they come for a register. For the Christian married, they fall within 10 working days, while the Muslim, when the Muhammadan married, they fall within 7 working days. The criteria are that one, you have to produce your ID card, when a valid ID card to be, copy of your passport pictures. If you say, if you be not divorced before, or your woman or your man be not die, you therefore submit all the documents need to be for sure say yes. Then event here be happen. Also, if you're a foreigner, for come married now we country, you can come, but you get documents where the tender say yes. If you come married now, you will call the non-impediment. That's if you say you know one day marriage. And that document say it submits to me. If you be non-divorced likewise, so even the one way there, you get for carry with all the documents and the divorce certificate, your death certificate, all and you get for submit if it applicable to you. If you fail for do that one day, the law tell you say when you fail for do that day, you go back in a court, where you go obtain the court order through a lawyer. Then now that court order they attach to the marriage certificate and bring and come to me. That means the court, the order, the administrator and registrar general for say this marriage don't go out of time. We are not able for help them for them register their certificate. Now the court order they mandatory for them to do that. I don't think get so many issues because sometimes they don't even know how to fit the marriage certificate. Sometimes they don't even know say them for register the marriage certificate within that time. So until them can tell them, then before they say, oh yes, where they begin they begin to bring problem between we and then the imam. Then can go against, but yet still we can explain to them the bad parts because now for let you explain to somebody this thing say this is not correct. If you do it this way, you know go come out this way, you know go come out this way. Sometimes then they see reasons and we not can get much challenges in that one day. Then can see reasons and then go do the right thing and come with Atoli for register. Since we are custodian, not only the right the marriage certificate, not only the conduct the marriage, either go back to the mosque or the church where we don't do it. Now then your duty for rectify them and send them back to me through a court order too. For 10 we say yes. Then be mistake, now the ones for level can correct them. So we will expunge the one where the mistake pan and see how they will replace that one they through a court order. The marriage certificate now 3 they come. The one where they go out of the one where they go out to the imam and then pastor them. Now 3 they come. Then 3 certificates here, one they left to me, one they left to the church or the mosque, and the other one they go to the people where do they married for let themselves get 1 copy. It there in 2 ways. The mosque can take the honors for carry the certificate for register. Also, the mosque can give the person where married for tell and say, yes, come with the marriage certificate to Roxy bin they make it register. The difference where they when they make the Christian married and the civil married unique. The Christian married and the Muslim, the civil married, they talk for 1 man, 1 woman. While the Muhammadan married in the talk say you can marry more than 1 wife. But when you married more than 1 wife, one bring that certificate they come to me. You can come with her. But the first woman where you don't marry, you for register your certificate But outside them say, if you be not married before, you dey put and they say yes, marriage. And you attach the first woman your certificate at the back of the certificate. You can't follow no say yes. If you don't marry the first woman, you say don't get certificates. You can't the second one at the same time. They attach them all day until you reach to your level where you want for reach, and then we go register all. The Christian, before the Christian they divorce, if I go to court where they use a lawyer, the High Court of Sierra Leone, while the Muhammadan married, then get them mocks. Who side them and go tie the marriage? Now then they go back. Then they go there back for me then go explain. For me then go explain to the imam there where been tie them married. Then get them your rules and regulations where then they look at. Then before they give them the divorce certificate, then that divorce certificate they back now you they can buy it. Now you they buy the divorce certificates and carry and go na the mocks. That now when they don't come to final, then they fill them back, then they count and to wait for registration.
I hope say them married woman then they watch and listen way right now, may they understand all what it entails. It's in the show we'll get for talk to Orange Salon. So then they into one or two projects we'll talk about cyberbullying and cybersecurity. Our best that they push say at least to minimize waiting they go on. Sometimes we can always phone. We never know who we limit stop in how we do things. Now over to my guest again in the studio. I mean, like come quickly to you, Sheikh. Most times one key problem we can they get or we don't they happen are the fact say well, the law says it should be one man, one woman. And the more you they add, the more you get for provide certificates. And earlier on, you would explain about, oh, okay, this, Quran talk about documentation. This is so because we want for protect woman them and the likes. We don't see in cases, usually in the upline areas them. Usai, for example, this person man die, then call this woman, the other woman, for example, like you sister law, say can't sit down for her, for God and Nabi, without all other legal things being done, Sheikh.
First of all, nothing is accidental in Islam. There is something I want to correct very quickly. I think all the brothers said, please let the government change this old Muhammadan law. There is nothing like Muhammadan religion. There is nothing like, it's a colonial. Oh, you mean waiting
they talk now?
Yes, I just want to clear. Please, today is a colonial connotation. Okay. Like we say, a pigmentation, where today in the Islamic world, other countries, then they sue you. It is, let us remove it. There's nothing. Prophet did not start Islam. It's not an Islamic law or a Muslim law. But this Muhammadan law, Muhammad did not lay down these laws. This is a clarification. And secondly, Lord Joshua makes say, their laws here about possible for marriage to 3 women. The prophet did not start it. It's an ancient there. There in the Old Testament. Can't see the other. Can't see them. They were all, they're great personalities. They all married more than 2 women there. Either you go there or you go outside the Bakak. What would the time for say is Islam don't format everything. Where a person a day with a man, a day with a wife. It tell you how you for day, any limitation. Woman, a man, the man to a woman, they have a limitation. It don't. You see, anybody who jump the limitations here, he don't offend himself in the go to hellfire.
So it's not the limitation there, so?
The limitation, the man gets a responsibility and obligation towards his wife. I use the word wife. Allah tell you in the Quran, there's nothing like wife. There is only partner. Your wife is your partner. Do you know what you call partnership? 2 or more people coming together to work together so that they will achieve a goal. Economic goal. But in marriage, they want to achieve more than economic goal, than love. And that can only be partnership. Partnership means transparency. People working together, people dialoguing. That's why in Islamic law, they put, it's in a call Islamic law, not call Mohammedan law. They put marriage on the business transaction because they get similar connotations there. Okay. And we know they read Islamic law. They read number one I law, it's called Ambogui. Careful read comparative law. You careful understand comparative cultures them. Otherwise, if you make some of that TI, make a research paper writer, you'll be debunked. because it's not correct. So the man gets a responsibility for feeding wife. He like a multi-billionaire for cloth them, for shelter them, the issue of intercourse, all the while a man in duty, in health, in education, you need to stop nothing. But how many people know this? I have found them. The woman also gets a responsibility. The key primary responsibility beside the other one is for make a man happy. Now for the other gear and Bobby. Now wonderful electronics. Good gear also this way here. Now electronics for commander so they become very productive in office. Any man who is happy and productive in office, he has a very good wife. That's why I always say a good wife is a good mother. So when you are a mother, you know a mother? The work of a mother is like that's a good wife. The work of being a wife is terribly difficult. How do you maintain a slippery man so that he goes succeed and come back home? How do you maintain the PK become very successful? So a woman is holding two worlds. The world of the present through a man, the whole also the future in the PK there. So the woman need a lot of education about child education, management, economic management, and so many things for even make a home. It's difficult to run the home than to run the office.
So Sheikh, you say don't talk say difficult for one host than to run the office, and you don't say the sole responsibility for running the host now the woman in the day. So now back to this again. The woman the way they give to man them for God and Nabi, and then forget a situation where similar to the fact say Nasit go say no it's X for us. You don't go suffer all the suffer, don't own the homes, don't do all what you don't talk. So at the end of the day, because of you don't go through the rightful process of what in the law say, you don't benefit what for benefits at the end of the day.
You see, Nancy don't tell you something. You say, but you want evidence for you are married.
No, the tell for say check.
There is no human evidence. There are no witness.
So whether
the witness is there, you can go and get a little paper from one person, one imam. They will say yes. I saw this marriage. They just want something that can tell you. Look at the example we give. Mr. Self not become part of NASIT. When I reach a particular level, they say no. The university sends say I don't reach a level where in NASIT for begin for pay me. So when I go there, they look at me, document the people who have been put ready. He said, I gave halfway a name, Najalo, me na Kamara. I don't change the name, but because I don't put a name say in Najalo, the name they accept them and they get a marriage certificate. So at a particular level, they say we this way so I still enjoy it, and when I go back, they enjoy. They only picking they enjoy what they can enjoy. So it's about helping us because the human being is a changing being. The human being is a changing being.
But Sheikh, you go agree with me, say you still get some people them. I don't want to repeat the word again. Whether they go get to man for God and Nabi, whether they go through all the process them.
The person we give him, then they call a wali. He's there to help this woman here forget it right. The woman not give himself. Also, not only that, there were people around. That's why in Islam, you need to hide their marriage. Anything hidden is hypocrites.
All right.
Yes, so they hide. Then in Aktabule, so the community, that's why married Pulado is a community orientation. The community can even emphasize, yes, we are there. Pictures they did that now one. Even we want to go to America, pictures are part of it. Documentation are part of it.
But Bangali says we can't put a picture. But
it's not enough. It's not enough. You can forget enough evidence for trust me. Even in terms of marriage, you don't just look at me because I'm handsome, you want to marry to me. Which qualification we get? Do you buy a car because of your finance and size? No, you get for know if I get the required energy, the economic energy, the physical energy, and you mean a human being. You get for look at so many things there. You know they buy a car because of your size and color.
All right, okay. So now quickly to you, Bangali. Siminti mentioned something where I will clarify. In a case, Usai, for example, me and the man we part, everybody go away, and yes, there have been legal documents meant to know again, but it not been go and change in asset whatsoever. Then we get speaking, then the man passed away. I mean, divorce don't coincide. How people can deal with these kind of processes?
So first, we encourage you if you divorce with your man or your wife, go update your record. Go pull the wife in name day where you be left there. Yeah, then put the new one or the new man where you don't get for solve down there. But if, in the event where you not update your record, you left the woman in name day, then you die, that woman, it get entitlement to that claim.
The woman we don't part. We don't part.
Yes.
Okay.
Except otherwise, prove they can't show say this woman and this man they don't part, and evidence they say they don't part. For instance, divorce certificate. Otherwise, that woman, once he named it, and you get a marriage certificate, he can come for can claim the benefits. Because for we don't know who don't part.
Okay.
Now, since I don't tell you, say we not to say them. We not get that magic box for this watching on your face and not say you and your mom don't part 3-4 years ago. Or you after when that man died and they married you. We don't get that mechanism for detect them. What do they detect? Now what now we data. And the evidence we they bring to we for support what is now with data.
Okay.
That is how we operate.
All right, just a quick one. I mean, it's like we come mostly from the angle of a woman. Let's say it's a twist in the scenario side. Now the man be all of these things. Woman, for example, just on our side. Woman don't ever make a man independent. I mean,
yes.
Okay.
Yes. I see let me tell you, say the SS1A form where they feel at the back, there is a legal declaration. You say, I hereby declare that the persons mentioned below to claim my benefits in the event of my death are my dependents.
Okay.
So for me, if I didn't have my wife informed, by reason of that declaration, I am her dependent.
Okay.
Yeah, and he picking them equally. So in self, where they on me form, I don't identify her as me dependent. So for we, even where you want for updates, you get opportunity for updates. Even when you don't retire, like check where you be retire, so it tells you don't retire, you get in pension. But at the back of the retirement application form, you get opportunity for declare you dependent. And the last time, column D on that retirement application form say, the persons mentioned below are my dependent to receive my benefit upon my death. This declaration supersede all my previous on that other form. That last one where you say this declaration supersede all other one them. Okay. So it means with the retirement application form where you submit, it don't overwrite your membership form will be fit today. So even if you begin Hawana to your membership form will be fit today, then you fill retirement application form, you don't put Hawana to again. It means Hawana to is out. Your current form with the recency effect. Your current form where you don't fill, where you submit, it overwrites the previous information where you belong give.
You know, Bangali, we talk, I just really think about something. I think with this whole NCRA thing we don't can now, which it don't make a little bit difficult for people for even manipulating information now, which we don't see over the years lately. One go on for actually get an understanding. What if, for example, I get my ID card now, then I go meet you and say, okay, my man don't pass off now, so and so don't happen, but my ID card still and Papa in name 90 day because I haven't changed it whatsoever over the years.
So I don't tell you that we focus in the application process critically. Now what in the member they don't state now in membership form.
They happen mostly to people away in all states, all of those things.
So for we, this money not we get them. We are just trustees, custodians of this process. And we business now for pay benefits to the right person, the right amount, at the right time. And because that money, there's a tendency of fraud. We have seen a case where this man don't die, his sister go take in asset card, he come, he want claim say, in a demand wealth. We have seen a case where the brother in your wife don't take this man in detail. He don't get an asset. You want claim say the late man na in wife. And unfortunately, they seem to know every information about this man who don't die because his sister. They know his name, they know how he be the work, they know he picking them. You ask if this man be girl other wife, he say no. So that is why the critical information we will need. Now the form will be filled to we their life. Whether your update form, or your membership registration form, or your retirement form. All other process for validate what we get now. So if you name no day on that analysis form, there is a critical situation for we and you, for prove you as a beneficiary.
So
and if you name way day not consistent with the name way they bring, they are now highlight, they are not tip off that something is wrong somewhere. So now you, the burden of proof It's now on you say that man been to say where I get when I get that form day. Now this one been to Josiah we get this card.
All right.
Your proof is you. That's why we ask you for further evidence.
Okay.
And we go investigate for ascertain the truth of that document.
So with all of this we don't mention, one we do go see and or somebody we not gets no understand about this entire process, one for no. I mean the necessary steps the person go take for ensure say it gets waiting actually belong to them.
So first, entitlements to benefits they begin from membership registration. Most of the time we can lose sight of that. One way the man don't die, now they go claim benefits. No. Where you man a finances form, if I ask him, you put me name, just begin a name. We're not going to discuss Sunday. Yeah, because if you not put them, the man die, there is a crisis. So it begins with membership registration. That's the first. For like claim entitlement, you get for be listed as a dependent. Number one. Two, a contingency has to set in. This man or this woman or papa get for die first. Upon in death, a office or also be the work or the family for right now sits and report the man die one. Now once, when the man don't die, if the man be the work before he die, the office can write. If not be the work before he die, we don't left work or he didn't host now before he die. Even if it's not right, the family can move in and go. We man don't die. Somebody will come report the death of the man. We'll give you death report form. We'll give you an asset card and death certificates. So if you're supposed to don't die, we need certificates for sure you don't die. That certificate or burial permit. Because people they are alive, they kill them. We don't see case where somebody they are alive, then come for claim benefits. Yeah? Investigations we bring that day out. So because of we experience over time, we strengthen the system for protect you and me who they are alive. Yeah. After the death certificate, we give form for fill. That form where they fill now for gather information from Una. We'll give form for fill. So we ask you now, you want if no woman can report that your man died, now many be married. Here is a wicked situation. There are women when they two they married. Because the other one who are aware in no kind of city. The man can say no, me that might be married. But this man before he died, don't put two women already. Then you don't say I want to get married.
Sometimes the man not been tell the first wife.
So for we no one for no down day.
So like in deal with any kind of situation.
Investigations.
So that now they know the tap.
No, you know. First, if there is two wives in this claim, then only one wife come. We ask him about the state of the second wife. It not show we. We need to get the woman the other one no money. Remember I say the woman get 40%.
40%.
So if now two wife the man puts, one will get 20. So we put on hold the 20% of the other wife until it show up. Okay. If it not show up at all, you know they at all, then you can't report it back. You know they at all, then there is a consideration on the matter. But now since now we get that. What's that my name there? I mean that's why we don't want to the employer, go to the family. We get secret information that they go find out now around that Monday, so that we go dig the truth. We don't dig truths. One man died, they can die. He ain't wife they can the other wife they can the other wife they Kabbalah. They find Kabbalah I will can him. They get new wife. When the man die, the man can say you man not get wife. But if you get say the man don't feel form, put wife name the man they don't put one old phone number. All the investigators call the phone number and the woman that Kabbalah I pick call. You know that I say you know so person. Have you so person? They cry, begin cry. Say that man don't die, you know, not water. So we get to invite a kind of office na Kenema. Right. We invite you myself, we say other one or the instead come. Different time. So that's how we go. For Sabi made theater. Yeah, well, what's important like for Sabi and for the two go before. So for we, after the death reports, you go fill form. If you say you and this man be married, you will attach marriage certificates behind your application form. All right. If you say this man be pikin, na be papa, you will attach birth certificate for sure say you know the parent pikin. Okay. Yeah. Then thereafter, if you go school, student identification form because law dey back on pikin. If the pikin dey below 23 years, a pension they continue from 1 month stay every 23 years. After that period, if they go school, after that period 23 years, it is stop. Right. But if they go school, now 18 years, in a tap. That's why we need a student identification form for just say in a good school. So once those processes are done, the case is clean, well, they pay in 21 days. But where there are discrepancies, inconsistency of name, full disclosure, you don't talk through, you hide information, that they make with the way investigate. And some of our customers, when they can radio and television, or go meet somebody or post, they need to talk their own part of the story. They only make Nasit look bad.
Okay, all right. They only make Nasit look bad. Only they quick and Sheikh. Look, just come to the question now on the flyer. We see between the law and the practice, which is unfair to Muslim women and inheritance. In sense here, more or less, this whole thing common amongst the Muslim people because one, it's that the law say, for Allah says that the Quran, according to which you don't say, the change of name and the Muslim they married more than one wife them, to be specific.
Do you get any? You get only Muslims. Okay. It's sad. It's a sad statement.
Okay, now they common amongst. Are they common amongst people them? Or they would don't make for because it's a rare case actually. So in that regard, Sheikh. We will actually want to understand. Is there any way the law and the practice go meet at a particular side for ensure say no. Let things just slide.
Like how would they try for say? First of all, let clear this point here. Prophet did not start Islam, and Jesus did not leave a religion called Christianity. There is nothing like the word Christianity doesn't even exist in the Bible. If it did, I'll become a Christian. It's not there. They left a religion called the people of the way. He left submitting to God in command. Now they call Islam. So the prophet said, I'm like an architecture wherein I made the building and started, I just completed it. Clear? It's an ancient institution. People marry more than two. Islam just can't limit it in Igi law. Igi law, for say, if you deal with them with relative equality, that therefore be honorable, they all get right over you. And when they die, they can get rights. Whether today this one come, this one, I don't care about the timing. So in later the principle, they don't clear. That's why a lot of people in the Western world, they are adjusting. Prophecy, the last generation, who did this? So women are 50, man 1. Go to the social media and see who are the advisors in who they were married. Now women there. So when you marry you and the 41 is waiting outside. 49. So in brief, when they say Islam is not unfair to women. No religion, no the way get respect for woman. You see, the mama, a man come and say Rasulullah, would have come closer to I mean life more than the person. He say you mama, he say Uda next, he say you mama, he say Uda next, he say you mama, say Uda next, say you papa. 3 goals to 1. Tell me, he say the Al-Jannah, what you look for, he did to your mama in foot, he no say he did to your papa in foot. He say nobody no get right for naka. Woman, no get right for naka. Feel? If intercourse, they tell you, say, for don't to like animals, say. These things are there. Because it's a partnership in the enjoyment. Don't have intercourse with your wife, said the prophet. The prophet in the mosque, the imam, in the world of the brigadier, in the house, simple man. But people don't understand Islam. Like I tell you, you have to understand our society is tripartite. Colonial influence is there. Okay. Cultural influence is there, and Islam is there as a diamond lying down there, where it reflects of everything. So they say the issue of evidence. I say the Quran mentioned one whole page. Why? Because of they tell you about the possibility of human deception. Now they try for control. The possibility of corruption, waiting in an ancient disease, who would fight over so corruption. It here for the woman, it is secure them. You say, no, woman, not get yourself into marriage. Let there be evidence. Me, I married my first wife 46 years ago. You say, how much I married? 2 lions. They say the money too big. If me and a cow are married. She's still with me. I ask you, how many men will you live with woman for 46 years? I married her in 1982. She's still with me. 2 lions.
2 lions.
2 lions, big money.
New lions.
1 pound. It's strange. Ask people them. But the question is, Nasit was not yet born. when they come and they ask me, where is my paper? What is the ID quotation? They say, you get for give evidence for say you married that time the affidavits came in. They want an evidence. Just 1 second more. There was a king called Ali. This Ali, he get coat of armor we lost. You see, in citizen, will come. Again, I go now to Anthony, the court. The court say, okay, now you get this coat of armor. They were asking the head of state, are you the owner of this coat of armor? Say yes. Where is your evidence? Now he said, I have no evidence except I'm sure. They say, no, we're not the judge by you thinking. We're the judge. Do you have evidence? Say no. You get paper? You know. He say, no, so you're not the owner. And you're not the owner. The man say, what? This is justice. But what do you mean I want to talk to Nassit? What I want to talk to, they need a collaboration with the religious people them for passing sensation if they get for survive.
Okay.
Because it get a lot of misunderstanding. Who get for help them? Pass pare kutuba pare ceremony. Just as our government they ask we for pass message of social stability, harmony, peace, so that people have confidence in going to you. They have confidence for say we tell people then get ID card. Record picking where you born, they get birth certificate.
All right.
So we need this collaboration. Like what do so? Me, as far as I know, one of the first people that want to see when I get this kind of wonderful sensation. So that we'll clear these cobwebs.
All right. Thank you very much. We're Sheikh Ibrahim Kamara, we're the Chief Imam Timini Central Jamaat, and also Muhammad Bangali, Head of Public Affairs. Nassit, to how we talk about the laws and the practice which were unfair to Muslim women there, especially on inheritance. Now, welcome you again to the second segment of the show. Now, let's quickly join Mohamed Kolia for the sports update.
Hello and welcome to the Today Show Sports Update on Slick TV channel 37. Inside we update today, we talk about squash. Squash is one of the sporting disciplines that we don't take over 30 years, but it's not too popularized. People are not too know them, it's not too common. Instead of that, people just know them for the former president, when Dr. Anes Baikoma will be the do them for like an exercise. But with me now, I get the acting secretary general when Fodigo can talk to me about squash. And waiting now the reason that we make squash, even though it don't take, but people don't able know about it. Welcome to the program.
Thank you very much, sir.
Okay, so you know the acting secretary general for squash, and you can take with viewers and listeners and to what is squash about, what in the sport they about.
Okay, actually, squash an indoor game where if they play with two people. Actually, squash na a game where we don't have decades, because na a game where during the Second World War where they get some prisoners them where be they in a confined place, so like they take a rubber ball begin to play them. So now so this squash come about. Then later it begin move around the world, and like I say, like what you just mentioned, say the game don't exist for over 30 years. The former president, when Dr. Anes Baikoma, on 2007, when he come to power, like being game down the way be like, so majority can get attention. Then we begin move on to schools. Then, like we now from school days, now we start to play the game. So from there now, we take them from the grassroots. Up till now, we do the grassroots, and the game don't gain momentum. And one thing we find a difficult way people are not able to recognize this game now, because na indoor game now, unless you're in a confined place, then everybody will watch them, then I gonna say this na squash. But believe me, if they tell you say this na the game of squash, you will find it difficult for you to understand exactly how the game they play.
Okay, that will take me back to me second question to you. As you said, don't say na indoor game. But because of an indoor game, that not will stop the game not for be popularized. You get other sporting disciplines and we in an indoor, but they still popularized.
One thing we I want to bring to the notice of the viewers, then this game, like I say, it starts from the school, yeah, and the association they work assiduously with the president for ensure say this game go nationwide, not only nationwide but also play internationally. And as I say, under our school activities, then with the targets, we start with 11 schools. We get up to Kenema. We get ski schools Kenema. We get ski schools now Bo. Then also we get other schools there now. I can tell you from where we start with 11 schools, we get up to 20-something schools them. Now we activities them. We up till now we dey look for people we go able source and then funding the day. And one big challenge where we dey always dey face funding. And when you look at the equipment they use, is very, very expensive. Like I can tell you, one racket, just one racket, we talk about $250, where approximately now close to 5,000 or so for one racket. Then you look at the ball, just tiny ball, 200,000 new and 200 millions. So you look at the equipment now, another challenge where you will find it difficult for ensure say this game will go nationwide. But like I say, the president work hand in hand for ensure say this game go viral so that everybody will recognize this game and will know for this game.
Okay, would they see other sporting disciplines that get the parent body them way, like they get the international parent body, like for example you get FIFA, you get IFA, you get Athletics Association where they get the international body, you get basketball, you get IBA, you get volleyball, they get the international body. So UNICEF gets any international body?
Well, actually we get a federation where recently the association don't be recognized by Africa, West Africa Squash Federation. Then also we don't register under the World Squash Federation. So that's like a great move for the association where they should say they make a progressive move to ensure so we get funding.
Okay, so before you go further, so you want to try for tell with listeners and say, apart from the African side, when I don't go back to the world stage, that's like the International World Federation for Squash.
Exactly, sir. So now, like I tell you, we're there on the starting stage. We don't complete with registration, and recently we get an appointment with the president of West Africa Squash Federation, where we will be on town on the 29th of this month. So that's nice, a step for we way forward towards the progress of the squash.
Okay, squash now a game where, like if you look now more of young people that they fall as you say back from school. Now we get this sport development, catch them young. How best to don't try for popularize to schools like for do inter-secondary school or inter-university competitions so that people them way just feel say squash now be just a fun game doing the former president in area where like they try for plan for exercise. As somebody we don't do into one now and you self plan where you be in a school, how best to now want popularize them so that somebody way out there will now force them for like they listen to you, we will know what's in a squash and how did they play this particular game?
Okay, like I say, last week we just get inter-secondary school tournament na St. Edwards, sponsored by National Petroleum Company, where themselves they contribute towards this game, and we really appreciate. Like I say, this game we not only limit to the elder one them. We want to start from the grassroots, and indeed we even get picking them where they at the age of 8. We're able all rackets they play. Say to the one that where they university, and most of them they play the national tournaments where we can normally organize during December with other parent bodies that when our sponsors them. Like I say, the president under a regime, they work very hard for ensure say this game play, and they doing best whatever means where he know say he get for ensure say this game play. And they're ready for put whatever resources we are available.
Capacity, infrastructure and development. Now you can get the athletes and now they're willing for play.
Yeah.
What about the coaches and the one way for coach the players or the athletes the way they play this particular squash? How best now don't try for give them that kind of training, whether you get refereeing, whether you get the coaches and now because you know go play a game. Then you not get somebody to coach people to have for player, or you not get a free way go there for the camp say, okay, you know it's in a foul this play, or coach you go tell you say knock this ball through or knock this ball through. What one I don't put in place for like when I able to capacitate them.
Okay, like I say, one of the step where we don't take for ensure say we equip them coaches them and also the umpires them. One way now like this invitation where we get from this president of West Africa Squash Federation, where na a stepping stone for we follow we capacitate some of them coaches there, and also the players them for give them the know-how on how them for go about the game and waiting at some of the procedures them where them for follow. Because when you look at squash, now a professional discipline, we are in a getting rules and regulations. And also the president, like I say, we get 6 coaches them where every month they give them stipend for ensure say they continue for the train them picking they are, give them the required skills where for ensure say themselves get the basic and also able to play this game internationally.
So finally, what's your final message to the viewers and listeners?
Okay, like we can rightly say, the game of squash, we move gradually, and we want for encourage the one the way they play, and also the one that we get interest for play the game. They're highly welcome. We get places them where we can normally do with trainings them. We get with schedules for the school picking them, and also we get with general training there where we can do every Saturday in our YSC Sports Complex where they will kiss the road opposite collegiate. You can come there and do registration. The registration are free. Just come and follow the normal procedures, then you go enjoy the game. Like I say, squash is one of the most fitness game. Even at the age of 80, you can even turn up, you play, then you can enjoy.
Well, viewers and listeners, that's not be the acting general secretary for the Sierra Leone Squash Association. We don't tell una them plans them about this particular association. We don't die for over years. They say they don't get an invitation from the president of the West Africa Squash Association for get a meeting with her, for get a facelift about this particular association. They want to make sure they reach out to schools. And currently, they don't target 11 schools and we don't take part by this competition where they just done, and they get intention for go wider than this. That's now waiting itself, we don't tell una. Me, I'm Mohamed Kolia, and that's why they bring the cut down of the Today Show Sports Update.
Welcome back. It's like today, the topic of discussion centered around what we called silence majority. And amongst many, where most of us are facing the fact, say, we get to deal with this whole cyberbullying. Reason being, I can say most of we get access to internet, phones, and of course, internet. So obviously, you get to come across so many things we tend to go against you, or we go lead to one or two odds. And thus, for that reason, Orange Salon, one of the leading mobile companies there in the country, tend for doing how to sensitize speaking them on this whole cyberbullying and long on-screen time. And in the studio now, we get with us Mavis Macaulay, and Alma Mebagra, both from Orange Salon, where they can tell we actually waiting bring about this drive and also waiting the aim for achieve. Good afternoon, my lady and gentlemen, and welcome to the Today Show.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So I'm going to start with my ladies first.
Of course.
And Mavis, there, we actually want to understand quickly, waiting bring about this drive, why Orange tend for embark on this particular journey?
Okay, thank you so much, and hello, viewers. Orange, we get what we call Orange Africa and Middle East. So I think they come up with this idea because they realize, say, people are not they pay attention to things that we're picking them. Most of the things that we communication companies that they do are for everybody. But they look and then decide, say, for pay attention to picking them because
they realize say that they be affected silently on bullying and picking them most of the time if they're uncontrolled, they're not able to pay attention to important things and they only do waiting and things say that they enjoy. So we look and see cyberbullying. Now one of the things that really affects picking them where they're not even make noise about because of fear most of the time. Then they're afraid for make them parents and not know, and they're afraid for make them teachers and not know, and then they're afraid for even tell them comping them because they don't want to make them look there any kind of way, make them not look weak or like say something wrong with them and make them they attack them. So we company decides say at this time then they get a program where they call a project where they call For Good Connection. For Good Connection now for connects picking them and parents them and we generally with kids them for things that were good. And cyberbullying now we focus on for this year.
All right, I'll come quickly. Let's just come to Almami. One go on for understand how much this has been a concern lately.
Well, it's a very big concern actually, because you'll see that 1 in 6 children are affected by cyberbullying. So imagine there's a classroom full of 50 children. How many of them are being victims of cyberbullying? They're being targeted, and how many of them are just spending too much time on their phones? And the issue is, when you're young, you have to study, you have to research, you have to rest. You're spending long and odd hours on your phones. So this has been going on for a long time, and Orange Sierra Leone has decided that it's very important that we step in, because if we're saying we're raising the future leaders of tomorrow, then it starts now. And this is why we've embarked on the For Good Connections campaign. We're visiting 6 schools. We're teaching them about cyberbullying. We're teaching them about excessive screen time and spending more time in real life with your family, friends, outside, than being on your phone and falling victim to things such as cybersecurity. So that's how this whole initiative came about.
So will this just be limited to just 6 schools?
Yes, this is the first edition of this For Good Connections. We're going to be reiterating it every year. This is the first one. We have 4 boys' schools and 2 girls' schools. So there's a balance, and then we'll be visiting all of them this week, doing the trainings, and then on Saturday, the 21st, we have our grand final competition. They're all going to come together, have fun playing football, do drama competitions, have performances, a little bit more refresher trainings, and then just have a grand finale. That's the idea.
You know, Mavis, look at them this way. You get some cases, say, most time, then so then get access to the phones or the screen where they host them or them parents them. And one go on for say, why is it that not just pick the school and go to? Why not for just like start another way of reaching out to the homes first and establish, say, okay, this host na so and so, ladies court or na so. I mean, another method of sensitization. Why like directly push to the school firstly?
Okay, most of the time we can, I mean, I'll say this just now, most of the time we can concentrate on big people or we just say look at the mass, everybody. We know they can pay close attention to picking them. And we believe, say, now the people and then the way they grow for become either the victims them or the perpetrators them, you know. So we think, say, if we attack them at that stage when during the time, then they give them mobile phones and tabs, and then they get more access to screen at then that's when then parents or guardians and they introduce them to them things there. We think, say, if we sensitize them, if we give them awareness on the proper way for use electronics and internet, it go better. Then they even carry the information go to their parents. So we see people usually they can do them the opposite way, but we decide for going the other direction, and we see say they make impact right now.
Okay, so what amongst the impact that they make, because what make we actually ask that question there, I'm sure no picking go just grab and go buy himself gadgets where they use, right? And they go through the parents them, and you must say una want for change the dynamics in which not only do them over the years. So what's now some of the impacts that actually you mentioned about?
Okay, the very first thing, a parent go give in picking phone because it want for the in constant touch with them, especially when they go out to school, for ensure say he reach school, for ensure say they do the correct thing after school, go home, so they go on for communicating and say do this or anything, and now the reason that they make parents and they give them picking them this tool, the phones or tabs or things like that. And sometimes people can say, you know, forget and device until it big and waiting, but we they move, the world they move, you know, and you get for trust you picking, instead for able for handle this. But most of the time, because of waiting and they meet in the streets or waiting and they see online, it can cause them for be, I don't say traumatized, but it cause them for begin changing thinking. The dynamics can change, not so for only communication purposes and they use it again. Then they use it now for for expose themselves. Now you go see picking the all picking them small picking themselves, then they do content them on TikTok and all the other social media handles them. They do that thing and people waking their view, small as well as big. Then you look at like say that's a reality. When most of the time it's not. It's not. People can give fronts on social media, say I'm all this, I'm up there, I live this fabulous life and all, where they affect other picking them. We're not able for live that life the way they just say I'm on screen no more. Then they yarn, you know, for them kind of lifestyle and then they pressure them parents them as well, you know. And sometimes picking and king they even ways not good picking them, you know. I mean I can say bad picking all day. Most of the time I turn them can turn because of pressure or something. But now if you not get a safe space say, for express yourself or talk to your parents or your teachers them say they go through this, you know, then go from bad to worst. So now then they make we come in now for educate them, say it is your right, you can talk to somebody where issue come up concerning you browsing or you screen time use and everything. You can talk to your parents and say, the experiences, you know, what your advice I do. You know, but most of the time in Sierra Leone, we get issues and for speak with the parents because they can put up that strict front, you know. So we they try for breakdown day, we they train them. Then there's here we they tell them say, talk to your parents. Now your first pot of call that one day. You need for making them know what they go on in your life. And also, apart from the cyberbullying, we also talk about excessive screen time. We try for tell Pekin and say, when you go home, talk to your parents, put this phone down, you know, and do something with them. Usually, because if we learn from example, when we go, we see with mama and papa their old phone. So the Pekin themselves, they have the old phone now. All man, you go see, they all see them, everybody there on your phone, which is bad. Because they don't get any time for relate, for bond, for know what's happening with everybody during the day. So this now we aim them down the one we try for break them. We can't do all at once. We do them small. So we start from picking them from 1 to GSS 1 to GSS 3. Now then we start. We put them inside the essay now say there is more than the phone or the tab.
You know, if they talk, it just make I laugh because most times now to you and mommy, I mean, this part of the country, of the world, basically, phones are something we hardly use in schools. I mean, you can agree to that, right? Say in schools now, your teacher will either seize it or they do otherwise and call your parents to come. But that is not the case here altogether. Most times we hardly do not understand actually what's cyberbullying, what's this whole bully thing. For me, if you ask me right now, I'll just tell you what I understand about bullying is, if I come to the internet, somebody will just body shame me and the likes. And I'm sure you've done your findings. Are there any other that we don't know that you don't mind sharing with us?
Okay. When we say cyberbullying, what we mean is when somebody uses a digital device, whether it be a phone, a tablet, a laptop, a computer, and repeatedly threatens, embarrasses, or tries to hurt somebody online. You post your picture, they body shame you. They do it once, they do it twice, they're consistent. And we're also talking about people who take part in the cyberbullying. So if somebody bullies you directly, all the other people that comment under it and agree with it and like it, they're also taking part in the cyberbullying, even if it's not direct cyberbullying. So what we're trying to do is sensitize the children at a young age on how important it is to understand the signs, because if it happens once, you may think it's just a joke or fun or just colleagues growing up. But if it continues to happen, it can have heavy negative mental health effects on you in the long run. And you see that most times, most victims become people that perpetrate the crimes. So even if they're bullied, they may want to bully someone else. And we want to stop it. That's why we're calling it For Good Connections. We're trying to build connections between the students, between their parents, between the teachers, between adults, between communities, between Orange, between corporations, for everybody to understand that if we can create that kind of community of open conversation and an understanding of what the issues are and how to tackle them, that we can stop them. So if you're a young student and you're facing cyberbullying, like Mavis was saying, you have to be comfortable to tell your parents, this is what I'm going through. Once you're going through that, hopefully your parents can then talk to the teachers, and then there will be a stigma against the cyberbullying, and that's very important. People have to understand that it's wrong. Adults, you may know that it's wrong, you may know how to keep your peace online, but if we teach our young children, they will teach their children, and hopefully we'll create a cycle of just good and responsible use of these digital devices in this digital world.
You know, maybe say mommy they talk. Another thing where mostly that is very common where we they see nowadays, now the fact say I'm not comfortable. You mentioned earlier for like talk to we parents them, not so because I no one for talk to them. Sometimes the approach in which most times these people in the Giwi, you go come for example to say your makomo sell all day. You won't even say mommy, hey mama, if they alapa you. So I mean, looking at all of those things in place, one go say, well, Orange, together, is it mass communication I can do? Like when I can send one message to people, it go foul. Like when I can get any news when I send them. Yes. So in a case where I mean, send these messages to parents, them begin talk to them. I mean, we yet foresee any of those things.
No, it's not part of this plan. Yeah. Now something where they go on. Because, of course, Alimami don't say the final now on Saturday.
Saturday, yes.
But during this whole week, now all that day they do, they send SMS blasts, they go on the social media platforms, where they go from school to school, do trainings, and we they get the competition on Saturday, where they bring everybody come together. And it's not only limited to the students where they take part. Then parents them all invited as well. They all can come, be a part, make them hear, make them see, you know, say this, not so like only limited to Pekin. They self need for be aware because they need for get environments where approachable. Because as they say, sometimes they will parents and kid don't come home, tired one, Boston stress in our office. Where you want come for engaging, say anomics from Bokutoko. Yes, you know, so that most of will grow up with them. You know, but some picking and they way them persistent. Even when the mama go they tell mama now this happen, you know, I do this today waiting, and we want to make every picking answer. We know say everybody in personality different, people get different characters, but we want to encourage people for speak out. Mental health issues can come up from cyberbullying. Now I should say now they outside now people we all talk about mental health and everything, but now one of the issues and the way cyberbullying can bring about, because imagine somebody they online where they constantly. I remember make one point just now. You know, he say. Not to just once, cyberbullying, not to like that one.
Also like that chain, yes.
Yes, it happen continuously, you know. So imagine somebody, they continuously get pressure from another person or another group or a group of people. They constantly put them down. They make you feel insecure or unwanted. You know, they play with his brain. Instead, they go afraid for talk. Because they look say something as bad as them people here they talk about, or as ugly, or as body shame. Nothing where they happen all the time now. Schools them, even we big one in our office. Sometimes a person go pass say, baby, so you fat. You know, sometimes me I get the capacity for handle them.
Or but there are others, they come. Yes.
Others can't. You know, so they did. Imagine picking somebody they constantly they tell us say you war, and they get story. You go imagine say everybody else around them, fine. Then in can they war. Then everybody they talk about him war. It go bring depression on him part. It go bring anxiety for even they amongst him comping them. Because you go say no, me war, ma de bien, ma stay away, maybe find one than day before. And I don't as I be tell some picking them at school today, not supposed in business stand day. God make everybody. I tell them say God make some people learn fearfully. God make some people learn wonderfully. You know, so everybody is beautiful in God's sight. So you need for not make somebody in impression of you or somebody in opinion of you, making not so for characterize how you feel or what you do. Can not in opinion make it unto yourself. you know say you God make you and you are okay. But if it gets to you, talk to somebody. You parents and they talk with them. You teachers and they talk with them. You get friends where you close with, talk with them. Make somebody know say that's something where they go through. So then go able for counsel you, you know, for come out of that day.
One go say we've talked with Orange.
So
yes, let's shift a bit to this excessive screen time now, which most of us have been victims of. We don't know when to stop using our phones. I mean, we are made to understand that you're to sleep for 8 hours. But I tell you for free, most of us don't sleep that long, not because we don't want to, but because we're on our gadgets. I mean, watching movies or the likes. I threw the question to you, basically, when I asked about what Una Orange could do for ensuring Una send out a broadcast message, right? So in terms of that excessive screen time, is there anything, again, you can do around that? Like, okay, this message, you will send it around 8, go and sleep now. I mean, something like that so that it can reach not only the 6 schools you've targeted, vast students all over the country.
Okay, and Mavis spoke on it, but what we're doing is we're having a very large targeted campaign on this. Apart from us physically going to the schools and doing the tradings, we're going to be on TVs, such as Slick TV. We're going to be on radios. We're going to be sending SMS blasts. We have our brand ambassadors. We have our influencers who will be making their own unique content in their own way to share out the messages. It's our job to ensure that everybody hears this. So even if you're not one of the schools that we're actively visiting, you should reach the message, and that's our goal and that's our intention. When you're speaking about the excessive screen time, one of the key slogans in this For Good Connection project is enjoy real life. There's so many good things you can do in real life. There's nothing to do with your phone that many people, they've forgotten. It used to be when you come home, you have dinner together as a family, you're not thinking of going with your phone. That's when you discuss what happened throughout the day, how was school and everything like that. And these are some of the connections that we're trying to reforge when we're talking about For Good's Connection. No one's telling you not to use your phone or not to be on whatever device that you prefer to use, but the idea is do not let it negatively affect your life.
Okay.
Don't let it affect how you sleep. Don't let it affect your opinion of yourself. Don't be on your phone too much that you don't ask your brothers and sisters how they're doing, ask your parents how their day was, ask your colleagues, hope you're okay, ask your partners, whoever it may be. And these are the type of connections we're trying to build and ensure that they get the attention that they deserve, because you can get carried away in the digital world.
Mm-hmm.
That's how they build these social media platforms. So as soon as you watch one video, it skips to the next, and that becomes 5 minutes, and 10 minutes, then 20 minutes. Next thing you know, your hours, you should have been asleep 2 hours ago, and you're 2 hours into a film, or whatever the case may be. So it may seem like a little thing, but it can grow out of proportion very fast if it's not handled quickly, and just enjoy being around the people in your life and enjoy real life. That's the main thing.
Enjoy real life. So, Mavis, what's going to be the format of the upcoming event, actually?
Okay, so now 2 phases. Okay, 3 in fact, because we get the preliminary way now for do the training. Now all the schools and we don't target 6 schools, 2 girls, 4 boys. On Saturday, throughout the week we go to the all schools here. We train them on cyberbullying and excessive screen time. Okay. On Saturday, we do a program for all the schools there. It's going to be in 2 forms. We do football match for both the boys and girls, with monetary prize attached.
Okay.
So we do a football match for the all, and we will eventually get the winner, and they get in prize attached to them. And apart from that, we get drama, silent drama, pantomime. That's what they call them. We can call them miming.
Okay.
But it's silent because we don't have anybody for talk on them. Sure. Just they act and we for understand. And it for be centered around excessive screen time and cyberbullying. So now then two massive programs then they now get where we don't inform the Peking them about, and they say they're really they're anxious for this day because when they really money way involved, then that competition. Human beings, we like competition. Mm-hmm. So all man don't they gear up now, they're ready for Saturday. So they hope say it will be a very entertaining, very enlightening and exciting day for them.
We talk about the price really make her wish I be still in go school at that time. So this is just an aside. Quickly go for just understand. Say, I mean, why 4 boys and 2 girls?
Well,
the schools they want to
yes,
target.
we know there are a lot of schools around Freetown, in Sierra Leone and all, but for now, for now, we dey target 6. We dey see how we start. We dey start small and grow.
All right.
So now we target Sunday for this year. Of course, it will be bigger as we dey go along, but we dey start with this now. Let we see, let we get we learning experience for ma'am. No waiting for improve, no waiting for reduce. Then as time they go on, but for now it's going to be 6, and we hope for grow as time they go on.
So, mommy, you agree with that? That's it's not a one-off event, right?
Oh no, we hope to do this regularly and every year, and as it grows bigger and bigger and bigger, until we've vanquished all cyberbullying and excessive screen time.
All right, okay. I wish you guys all the best. Plenty thank you, Mavis Macaulay and Almami Bangura, where they can tell we about the projects where they work on. For ensure say they at least minimize cyberbullying and excessive screen time, especially when we're picking them, they go through. So I would say parents then self learn and go help for disseminate this particular information. And now let's quickly join lawyer A. Boise Kamara on human rights, the legal restrictions of your rights in our Know the Law segment. We'll be right back.
Channel 37 from 3 p.m.
Now, the right to life is just one of them. But however, before they come out from the right to life, there are instances where your right to life will be forfeited. So we don't say because you get right to life, you will just do anything you want. You will just do anything where you feel like to the other person. Now, if you commit crime, don't then try to enforce a court order against you. During that circumstance, you lost your life. As long as now enforcement of a lawful court order, when the nominal, it can lose your life. It can say I'm saying adjust. Although inside Salona we get the Abolition of Death Penalty Act, where government passed recently, where ensure say no matter what crime you commit inside Salona, they're not gonna kill you either by firing or they hang you. So the worst way you can get now lifetime in prison. Say then prison, say life done. So as we do so right now, we not get death penalty. Government we don't abolish them. But however, if there is a way, say you escape under lawful detention, they lock you, you didn't paremba, this, that, you didn't inside it, don't you escape that detention, they want go. Then try for catch you during that instance, you lost your life. That could be an exception. Or if there is a riot, insurrection, like chaos in the country, government they try for suppress that chaos, they try for put them down for the peace of the country. During that instance, a person lost in life, the government not going to be held responsible for that violation day. So these are instances, and there are other instances where you will lose your life, where the government or any person not going to be responsible. Now, try for distinguish between what we call an abuse of a right and violation of a right. Abuse of a right now the harm where they suffer, where somebody where they go against the rights within the constitution. Violation of now the failure of the government of the state for uphold your rights as a citizen where they under Chapter 3 and the United Nations Declaration on Human Rights and the African Charter on Human and People's Rights. Now, there are other rights. Now, let's go to the other rights. Before that, let's go to the state obligation under Section 6 to Section 9 of the Constitution of Sierra Leone, because we get the economic obligations, we get the social, or we get the legal considerations. So from the get-go, if you look at Section 6 to Section 9, 7, 8, 9, 10, you get the social economic objectives, there are foreign policy objectives of the state, where the states get responsibility for uphold and ensure say every citizen no feel say state discriminate against them in any form or pattern. So in that regard, you go to Chapter 3, when are the fundamental rights. Just so we don't talk about the right to life. I just want to give this background. Law know the state in your obligation. We go for come later before we conclude. With the citizen self, we get to your obligation under Section 13 of the Constitution of Sierra Leone. We get to your own duty as citizens. These are the state in your obligation for make sure say we state perform your own side. We self get your own part. Now let's go look at the other rights. The other rights where they will get the rights, freedom against slavery or servitude. Nobody no get the rights for take you, lock you, put you under detention without your consent or permission. Or it seize your liberty. Say these are the only line, no, they go no side. Nobody no get mind do that. Nobody no for do that. However, like any rights, instead of again your own exceptions. Now, if you commit a crime, they sentence you, then get right for lock you. That side they done another aspect where then go hold your rights to liberty lawfully. Or if they say you want commit crime, and then for stop you for like committer, the only way for stop you for commit that crime day now for make them put you one side. That can be a lawful restriction on your rights to liberty. Don't you get the other one if there is a contagious disease? Let's say it's Ebola can, and then it's a disease here, get them. And if they left you, they go spread them. Then get right for continue, put you under control. No, they go no side. That now lawful instances then where your rights to liberty, freedom, go be restricted. These are rights because everybody, like I say, you get rights for move freely. You get rights, nobody not for hold you, seize your freedom, seize your liberty, and try for put you under containment. But the instance there, you go lost that right there.
There are limitations. That what lawyer Boise Kamara there talking about, the limitation rights there. So now again, we've been joined by James Kamaramane for take we through the headline with you. Good afternoon. Welcome to today's show.
Good afternoon, Rabi, and good afternoon, viewers. We get one issue we'll talk about, and we could talk about the other one. This one, a prominent lawyer, we comments recently in a tweet. X speech about the SLPP elected chairman district election 2025. We'll take a few of the examples we talk about in a X speech. We can just they say why the SLPP government continue to market itself abroad as champion of women's empowerment. Say boasting about radical inclusion and progressive laws, this all-male elected chairman of the SLPP district elections 2025 exposes their hypocrisy. So if the government is serious about women's empowerment, it should challenge this outcome at the district level. Short of that, the SLPP claims to address gender imbalances and promote women's participation in governance and decision-making remains not only highly questionable, but it also appears that it is promoting and contributing to the existing structural inequality. We'll stop there for now and see what actually Mrs. Michael may talk about. You see, if you look at the list, Rabi, you see we get the Southern region. You see we got 4 names, and out of that 4 names there, you not see woman. You go to the Northern region, again you get 4 names. All a man. And you go to the Northwest region, again, you see say all a man. So this tell you say, in waiting the SLPP, you know, now during this SLPP time, during this reign of President Madabio, now they come with 30% women's quota. Yes. Also, and this district block system will get, at least if they get 1 man, forget 1 woman, forget gender imbalance. But in this chairmanship election, we find out say all down to Eastern region, Southern region, Northern region, and Northwest, Western region, all na man. What do you make up as a woman? And we not see nobody, no of your gender, not the part of this list.
Well, Basita is more or less saying here, Mane, that you don't give what you don't have. You cannot be preaching something where you're not able to do them. I mean, this is a government we talk say we need for cater for women. At least even a certain workplace itself, you forget women representation. They any position so far, women get for lead again. So she's here saying that, hey, boy, if una don't say this, then una do a lower level election for district chairperson, then we not see no names of woman there. It's like now they preach waiting on no get mind for do. But that again, one go say it's just one side of it. Because sometimes what if there's been no interest of any lady coming up? But I think she's also saying, but no, even if women no can, una push them back. But you know when it comes to power, everybody gets your way I want things. But again, because some kids you don't say, me say if I want them, I don't suffer. Tell me say take this position. Maybe that is the reason. But she's voicing for women saying, no, I'm not going to say X, Y, Z, and you cannot do it. Then they can say you don't give what you don't have.
What you don't have, indeed. But the one will go also one for ask that say now only Baptista Michael, they will come out and talk. Where the other women's group, 50-50, women's organization and other groups, and why they not come out and talk? You know, because we get a lot of women, very intelligent ones, that way for don't challenge the decision. Well, and most of these women, that they in places there, we have very intelligent women, people who are capable, we're capable for contest with them in such an election. But now, you know, they see them in anything that they happen. You know, another thing,
Mane, I mean, not everybody get a critical lens for take something, but I'm sure this will serve as an eye-opener for ensure say, oh, no. Joe Banado is up, myself we need for take them up, and actually bring check or cross-check up, actually question the people that were in the day before for ensure say, I mean, you cannot see names, Yaya, Sori, Forera, no other man, no sister. You understand all of these things put together. So this is a key message. You they send a very big information out there to the public for ensure say, no, we're not going to tell you this. You know, we say, we're not able to do them.
Yes, indeed. And don't just close with Basita Michael in closing statement he may make. Now in tweet page, you see, moreover, proudly circulating such a list and ending it.
With the party's motto.
With party's motto, one country, one people, makes a mockery of that beautiful motto. There are many brilliant women within the SLPP worthy
of the position.
You agree with her? You think, say, women and they within the SLPP worthy for challenge them for the district chair lady or district chairman position? That was the district chair lady position.
Well, it just puts in opinion out there. But again, the other thing when I mentioned, it could be interest. Not so everybody go once for say, I am interested in taking this. You know, say the district block system gets your own ways how they work. Maybe that's again going to affect them. But like I say, that the interest, the key interest, and some man just sit there and say, I just don't want. But you go to, like logically, you shouldn't they ask yourself really, why these men not tend for push these ladies for go before?
Yes, that's it. So we want to see the ladies them come out still, we intelligent women therefore come out. Because we find out that President Bio in his government don't get a lot of women the way he self-door empower, we don't give positions. If we see what they are doing, they're doing extremely well. However, so Israel and Iran, they're into serious warfare. For get details about this war and for understand how they go about, we international reporter, we in Usman Mara, get more for we. Make we listen to him.
The conflict between Israel and Iran don't enter in fifth day. The latest round of hostilities between the two countries started on the 13th of June 2025 after Israel launched a massive wave of aerial bombardment targeting key nuclear facilities in Iran, killing top military commanders and scientists. At least 25 people have been killed in Israel, with more than 220 people killed in Israeli bombardment of Iran so far. Speaking to U.S. media network ABC News, the Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu says killing the leader of Iran, Ayatollah Ali Khamenei, will not escalate the conflict but will lead to a lasting peace.
Officials tell us that the president flatly rejected a plan, an opportunity that the Israelis had to take out the supreme leader. Do you understand his concern? My understanding is his concern is that this would escalate the conflict beyond where it is already.
It's not going to escalate the conflict. It's going to end the conflict. We've had half a century of conflict spread by this regime that terrorizes everyone in the Middle East, has bombed the Aramco oil fields in Saudi Arabia, is spreading terrorism and subversion and sabotage everywhere. That's the forever war is what Iran wants.
The US President Donald Trump, a key ally of Israel, don't cut short in trip to the G7 summit will then be held in Canada a day earlier for come back there in Washington, D.C. for deal with the escalating tension between Israel and Iran, which already bring the Middle East to a standstill. Now, the US President earlier on we post on its Truth Social platform where he said, Iran should have signed the deal I told them to sign. What a shame and what a waste of human life. Simply stated, Iran cannot have a nuclear weapon. I said it over and over again. Everyone should immediately evacuate Tehran. Tehran is the capital city of Iran where more than 79 million people reside. As the situation in the Middle East continues to unfold, we'll bring you up to speed here on the Today Show. Stay with us.
Thank you so much, Usman Mara, for compiler News Day for we. And also you enjoy them. But now they take another twist again. Now, the Sierra Leone Football Association, they are about to conduct the Football Congress election. Remember previously, the Congress the election for be held, but one or two things may happen we then postpone now. And when they postpone now, there are things that now where they happen, new things that now they unfold, and new things they come up, new names they come up. Now we don't get third force. We want for older than this third force. And within that could bring to this new Congress election we're going for come. Not forget to get two presidential candidates that we they run. We get Thomas Babadi and also get Thomas Brahima where they run for this SLAFA presidency. But for help me rub mouth by this discussion, I get with me Mohamed Toby Kagbo, we now one of the sports analysts them na Slick TV. Welcome, Mohamed Toby.
A pleasure for there with you in the studios, Mane. But again, there is a lot of foundation we don't lay in respect of how the Royal Rumble, when I call them the Royal Rumble, because it's involved a lot of issues in respect of who that might lead the Sierra Leone football for the next 4 years.
Yes.
Well, after we go back to a previous picture, so you see Thomas Daddy Brahima and Madam
First,
Aisha.
I want you to take me to with the names of some of the prominent people the way they run now.
Yes, that is exactly where I can start so now. So if you look at this picture, this was in 2021, now Usum Hotel in Makeni.
Okay.
This is not the same way Thomas Daddy Brahima been win and then be announced as president of the Sierra Leone Football Association. Fast forward to these elections. These now be elections where it was really difficult between Daddy Brahima and we only win by 4 votes in the last elections against Sadiq Kofi Dinyako, where we also stand. So let me just look at a quick one in the other picture. So I'll just bring to you now how SLFA elections, they happen. SLFA gets 3 congresses within the king organized. 2 ordinary. First, it been there as extraordinary. But because of CAF, now they no more get the mandates now for use an extra word for conducting Congress. So then just put, say, then get an ordinary Congress will take place twice. So within a short time, we see some top football administrators in the country, person like Tunde Scott, the general manager for FC Cologne, Benjamin Gordon, ESQ. The list goes on and on and on, even to the owner of Bantat Football Club. Then get a third force, which is Aminata Bangura.
Yes. You know, we get previous when we get Aisha Johansen some years back, we lady SLFA. So now she is coming between men, so many men. We want to take this presidential position, and it happened for BC for now. She's the only lady. How you got for look like for her, being among several men for take one position, and it just coming in as the woman.
Well, for FIFA and CAF. Then they're against discrimination, then get gender equality. Fatima Samora, one of the only female in the history of football, for serve as Secretary General to FIFA. So it means there are a lot of space where CAF they establish and FIFA they establish for get women where they come into the game of football. But the key question where people who watch me now who want for ask, who is Aminata Bangura?
Okay.
Aminata Bangura, after some research where I don't do, try to put together, Aminata Bangura is a co-owner of Freetonian Slifa Football Club.
Okay.
And as well, but before he be a co-owner for Freetonian Slifa, he also be on serve as board of directors for FC Calon Football Club, and which also we understand he gets a female club. But there is a clause we involve into the SLFA statutes, which says if you don't, it's the residential clause. The residential clause it tells you, if you don't base salon, 5 years.
5 years, okay.
Before you get the eligibility and the qualification for contest for any position at the SLFA. But again, there is a twist in that constitution as well, the statute, which say, let's say man don't leave salon for 15 years, then a travel go to the United States. Then it come back for can stand for SLFA elections. Because if you don't leave like 5 years, I don't even say 15, 5 years before you go to London, you still get the qualification for Stan. Aminata, according to a lot of things the more don't see, as somebody who gets a political background, a few years down the line, we don't see active in national politics for the All People's Congress. And of course, these are rumors who only get say, he's the unifier for football. But again, she's not the only one we understand, as most people don't know, in contribution in football is not visible. It's something we cannot see because for far too long, this is the first time we see a woman after Madam Aisha Yuansin in tenure. And now we see another woman where they aspire for become president of the association. Let me just look at, mine will get 6 candidates.
6 candidates,
for the presidential position. 6 candidates for this year's SLFA election. So this is Aminata. Of course, this is Thomas Dadi Brahma. He's the
incumbent president.
Yes, and there is something where they, in the clause, in the statutes, say the president shall convey Congress. The only thing we tie, if the president cannot convey Congress, now where if he's sick, that's where he gets mental
illness, where he prevents him not to comprehend properly.
Yes, or he die. And that's safe. They forget 90 days for letting them speak, or that will lead them to Congress. So because of them books say the president shall, that's one of the reasons why they want to amend the 2019 constitution. And they don't write that constitution for the past 6 months. FIFA will get the representative, but not before adopt that constitution day in the last Congress that Wilkinson Road Cat Quartet. But this is Thomas Dadi Brahma. We got 2 more candidates where they don't submit their nomination, and the presidential nomination already don't close. Now they go for good to integrity checks before they reach to the final destination and pull out the final list of qualified candidates for the SLFA elections. This is Thomas, sorry, pardon me. This is Babadi Kamara.
And he's the owner for Bo Rangers?
He's the chairman.
The chairman for
Yes,
Bo Rangers.
of Bo Rangers Football Club. Arguably, he's one of the most decent football administrator for the fact that he spent close, if not over, but close to $10 million in building the Southern Arena. For me, that does not also justify that it might be a fittest candidate because the Southern Arena is a private-owned property. Even to women's national team, even to Bo Rangers, they pay for play game at the Southern Arena because it is not owned by government. It is owned by a private individual, which is Babadi Kamara. And in terms of transforming football, giving life back to players, I would proudly say he's the man who transformed that. Mohamed Kalon done it before. The highest signed player before Babadi came in was Ike, when embarked from Cambo Eagles to FC Calon for 50 million, all loans by then. But when he came as chairman of the club, you see Musa Tombole splash of 100 million for get the likes of Prince Barry, get the likes of Joseph Kamara, all the stars in local football will play for Bo Rangers. So this is a man right now where if in terms of delegates, despite the delegates are the tricky ones in terms of
I want
Congress.
for me to go to the delegates because these are the people we go for take the final decision for me to get a Slafa president. I want for me to look at the delegates them as well as we don't look at some of the candidates them. The delegates them, these are, as I say, now the people who go for do the decision, the final decision. Is there any way where the delegates them not get for be influenced by the external forces. In the external forces, the sense the central government and influencing them in taking the decision where they for take.
I don't
like
know
for voting.
I don't know if I will be corrected later, but what I know now is that this SLFA elections is now heading to a national elections.
So if you like now between two
Yes.
political parties,
these are
several political
are
parties.
just things we don't try for surface now.
Okay.
So we might go to that. It happens in McKinney 2021.
Okay.
We all see some people we are forced for letting step down by higher authorities in this present administration. A person like Dr. Emmanuel Safa Abdullahi, he stepped down a week to the SLFA elections. And even Thomas Dadi Brahma, according to findings, he was forced for a step down. But quick, I'll just run into this.
Yeah, this is just a new face, Alhaji Omar Ba. I don't know, new one, yes.
Alhaji Omar Ba, he came into football when he became the chairman of Real Republicans, arguably one of the oldest clubs in the history of this country. And he also, despite being served as the chairman of Real Republicans, he also don't serve as team manager for the under-23. And currently, he's the team manager for the senior national team. But Manuel, I'll just give you a twist of why you see plenty candidates.
Yeah.
All of these candidates, they fight for divide the vote. Mind you, now only 57 people will vote. An SLF election will get run off. There is no possibility for letting get the same vote among them all. So of which we see right now, we get a third force, which is Aminata. We get Alhaji Omar Ba. We get Thomas Dadi Brahma. We get Babadi Kamara. And their potential names, even to Christian Dauda, the current football ambassador. He named also the ring and ears of several Sierra Leoneans say he might contest for presidency. He was disqualified in the last edition. But the truth is, we will continue to follow these stories and bring to you the fact around the SLFA elections. But what we are seeing in the current situation is that we are about to turn with football into national politics. And if that happens, we are about to receive one of the worst sanctions from FIFA.
Thank you so much, Toby, for giving a perfect analysis and for this upcoming SLFA election. We go hope for get you back in the subsequent program for you go bring more insights into this SLFA proposed election. Now, so.
But before you go, please, before you go, I just want to left people in with a short one. Usai Benjamin Golden ESQ, they announced the plan for the third force, which was in a way Aminata Pangura. Let's just go to that clip there, then we'll sign off.
Hours before Congress, the President, Acting General Secretary, and Finance Manager of the SLFA were arrested by Anti-Corruption Commission. These developments raised serious concerns about possibly political interference and cast a shadow over the integrity of the environment in which Congress was held. These are not mere technical lapses. They are systemic failures. The individuals in charge have deliberately chosen inaction not out of ignorance, but because they are complicit in the very issue undermining the system. It is unrealistic to expect the current establishment to reform the structure from which they themselves benefit. Football must be protected from all forms of external interference, be it from political actors, sponsorship, and vested interests, or clubs that operate as political instruments. The autonomy, integrity, and credibility of the game depends on it. Our mission, reclaim and reform. This is why we, the third force, are stepping forward, not to fight people, but to defend principles. We represent the truth aspirations of football in Sierra Leone, a game for everyone, built on merit, integrity, fairness, and opportunity. We are here to restore the autonomy of football governance, protect referees, officials, and clubs from undue influence, build a system where football thrives, not through connections, but through talents, honesty, and hard work. The way forward. As today marks the official end of the current SLFA executive, with humility but with great convictions, I now have the honor to officially launch the third force, a force for reform, for accountability, and a force for football. These are women and men of unquestionable character, proven service, and a burning desire to bring football back to its rightful ownership, the people. Our final word. Let us remind ourselves that football is not owned by politicians. It belongs to the people who run the clubs, the players, the fans, and the grassroots volunteers, and every child in Sierra Leone dreaming with a ball at their feet. To those listening here and abroad, we are not against anyone. We are for the game. And to the football family, the third force is not a threat. It is a necessary answer to a crisis long ignored. Thank you. May God bless our football. May God bless Sierra Leone.
Video. We Godin, the success. Football is not for politicians; it is for fans, football administrators, and etc. What do you make of
It's hypocrisy to the highest level. One quick colleagues is the deputy mayor of Freetown.
Okay.
He's involved in national politics. He's an ex-co official at the Sierra Leone Football Association. Ali Badra Tawali, the vice president too. He's the chairman for Port Loko District Council. We've seen videos surface on social media. The incumbent president campaigning for this administration at the Brema Tugamini Stadium. They've also violated their own books. So if SLFA don't violate their own constitution, we bind them for totally abstain from national politics. It's hypocrite to the highest level. One of the significant things that happen to football, the one that administer football prefer interest than development. Interest than development. The 8 years fight against Madam Aisha Yuansin, now because of the loopholes that were closed at the FA. It could be difficult if we don't get a membership where you go and vote then conscience. Mind you, now 4 years, if you vote the right way, football develop. But if you vote the wrong way, we are waiting again for the next 4 years.
Thank you so much. That's a perfect analysis from we sport analyst from we studio. Naya. Now so today's show go take for left now. We hope say when I enjoy the entire show today. Now we go bring to now same time, same station, another program, another topic. We advise you for stay safe, stay out of trouble. Don't forget to say Mpox real.
Yeah.
Continue to protect yourself at all costs because life precious and health is wise. Tete tomorrow, me and James Kamaramane.
And Mina Mohammed Sobikagbo gets a wonderful, wonderful day.
Good night.